How many times have we heard people say, I'm done with sweets, I can't do desserts anymore, I'm officially done, I'm healthy now. And then the next time you see them, they're literally just crushing a tub of ice cream. We all know how bad sugar is for us. It plays a part in some of the leading causes of death in our country today. From the time that we're little, we're taught that candy is bad and that we shouldn't have it. But sugar is so common that we don't know how to do life without it. I mean, we hear people joking all the time like, oh, you know, pie's my weakness, or I'm pretty healthy, but when it comes to ice cream, I always cave. And we laugh at it even though we know this stuff is killing us. It's like we've lost the willpower to stop ourselves from putting ourselves into situations that are damaging us, because sometimes it's just easier to give in than it is to fight, despite the consequences. Sadly enough, this is kind of how we go about relationships too. We talk about how guys are jerks or how girls are so shallow nowadays, and yet we continue to go back to that same person who is abusing us or talking to us poorly or not respecting us. We acknowledge how unhealthy some relationships can be, and yet we'll walk right back into a damaging situation because we lack the willpower to make the decisions necessary to break old cycles in our lives. And when we do somehow find a way to get out of one damaging relationship, we usually end up settling and jumping right back into another one that's just as bad, if not worse than the last person. When I wrote Close Enough, I actually was in a relationship like this. I hated how she treated me. I couldn't stand how unkind and how selfish she would be. And yet, somehow, I was always the one to end up feeling like the bad guy. The situation would always somehow turn around on me, and I'd walk away thinking, maybe she'll be different tomorrow. My friends would always tell me, dude, I think you can do better than this, or you have got to end this. And I would usually respond with something like, oh, no, you don't know her the way that I know her. That was my excuse. You don't know her like I know her, as if they knew her the way I did, then the disrespect and the selfishness would be okay. What is it about us as humans that can't stop putting ourselves in crappy situations? And we'll always blame the rest of the world as if it's their fault, and we never want to look at ourselves. We could have just said no. Maybe it's because we think that we don't have what it takes to change, and so we jump from one dumb thing to the next, wishing things were different and yet never really choosing differently. We just keep going back for more and more candy. I've been in a lot of crappy relationships, and like I said, I wrote Close Enough while I was still in one of those relationships. I had to write something that was everything I wanted to say, but I couldn't. Everything that I knew that I needed to say, but I just didn't have the strength. Shortly after I wrote the song, we actually broke up, go figure. And I vowed that I would never settle and put myself in a relationship like that again. That was the last time. And after that, I had to be patient. I had to say no to people that sometimes I wanted to say yes to. But I held my ground, and eventually I met Carrie, who is the most amazing, beautiful, teachable, loving, selfless, weird, quirky person I have ever met in my whole life, and I couldn't be more grateful. What is it that you guys have to say no to? Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's drugs or partying or drinking, or maybe it's sugar. Whatever it is, as hard as it may be, you can do it. You have to do it. And don't feel alone. Don't feel stupid. We all have our own struggles, and that's okay. It's never too late to start turning things around one day at a time. Maybe today's your day. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. For the deeper meaning behind my song Close Enough, make sure you get this song on iTunes, check out the music video and the acoustic video, and the episode of D+ where you can see us making the video for the song. I'll see you guys soon.